What is going on, guys? We are back with another video in our Los Angeles Rams online user franchise. It's a little bit of a chiller video because it's a filler video. Stats and awards of the league in our 2022 season. Of course, you can see here we played the Diablos, which I'm actually really excited to play that team. And it's Shady. So it's Shady's Diablos. Congrats on making the playoffs. I don't know if that was... No, it can't be a 7 seed because we're like basically a 7 seed. We made the 5th seed coming off of a 2-5 season, which is really nice. Of course, if the Packers were to win, I believe that means we would play the Cardinals if we win this one. So really rooting for Jonah to win that one. And then on the other side, we, I think, already pretty much have everything locked up, right? So it would be oh, wait, no, we don't. We have the Titans and Browns still to play. So, yeah, we're in an okay spot. You know, first game, hopefully we can win. Shady's, he's gotten some games against us. Of course, let's start her out with the stats. We actually had a really good season with Goff, considering the average in the league. We had like 2 6-interception games this season, so the fact that we came out with 29 picks isn't that crazy. You know, that's like about almost half of them in 2 games alone. With the way the league is playing, 29 picks is basically the equivalency to maybe like 14 real life, maybe 12, I don't know, but it's not the worst. 45 touchdowns, almost 4,800 yards, a pass rate of 112.3, just under 300 yards per game. The longest of the season was a 78-yarder. We were sacked 22 times, which isn't bad because we do hold the ball quite long, right? 11.7 yards per attempt. That's a hugely skewed number, so it's not bad, but it's definitely not a great indicator. Rushing, our backups, they weren't really that good, but in general, we weren't really that good of a ground team. You know, Akers, really, the majority of his yards were off of, like, I mean, he's a great player, and he's, you know, legit, but most of his runs were off of him breaking 1 or 2 tackles and then taking it for a lot of yards. He wasn't like a casual 4 to 5 yard carrier this season. We struggled on the ground mightily, but still had a decent season number-wise. Cooper Kupp, 73 catches on the season, 1,310 yards with 10 touchdowns receiving. Longest was 76. Howard at a 70, 77 for Rambo, 78 for Van. Akers at a 52-yarder. Looking at receivings, I mean, we were pretty good balanced outside of Kupp, but yards weren't like crazy high, right? Like 300 yards between number 1 to 2 and 2 to 3, so pretty fair. Obviously, Howard kind of went ham because he only played 11 games, really like 10 and a half, and we ended up with 17 touchdowns. That wasn't the intention. The intention was to get Rambo the numbers Kupp had, honestly, because I almost accepted the fact that, you know, last season Howard should have went to Superstar. He didn't. So if he went to Superstar this season, I would be shocked. But I almost gave up on his Superstar. I'm just like, okay, whatever, dude. He's a great player. It doesn't matter. I wanted Rambo to get these numbers, but everyone was covering the outsides for us. Kupp and Howard on the inside has really been the staple of this team, catching Akers every once in a while when the linebacker user doesn't want to cover him. It's unfortunate to see Rambo not get up there, and then, of course, you know, he's basically becoming a Van Jefferson. The problem with Van, though, is he started at 24, so he's going on 27, I believe. Yikes. Blocking numbers look pretty damn good, obviously. Throw out a sack helps as well. Tackles, Bowman with 88, had 5 interceptions, 2 sacks, 14 tackles for a loss, 2 forced fumbles, a recovery, and no touchdowns, really. As far as Bowman goes, though, he dropped a lot of picks this season. I ain't going to even lie. Sacks, Donald with 15, 9 for Ibukam, 7.5 for Oa, 5.5 for Mustafa, which is really impressive, actually, considering he only played, what, like half of the snaps as most players? So, yeah, definitely not bad at all. We don't talk about Rodgers because he's not really a pass rusher. He's a shedding man, and he's helped a lot in the ground game. Jalen Ramsey, 11 interceptions, 6 for Burgess, 5 for Bowman, like we said, 5 for Rapp, 5 for Jackson, 4 for David Long, 2 for Jones, and 1 for Ibukam, which actually I believe came last week, ironically enough. As far as deflections go, 16 for Burgess, 14 for Ramsey, 10 and 10 for Jackson and Rapp. Not, you know, it doesn't really matter too much, but fumbles forced, Josh Jones. I mean, we haven't really fumbled too many, you know, forced any major fumbles. Ibukam with a couple of recoveries. Touchdowns, 1 for Ramsey, 1 for Long. Really didn't have that many. And then Ibukam with a forced safety. Tucker McCann, longest of the season, 57. 20 field goals made out of 22. Not bad considering both misses, I believe, were from long range. They were. As far as kickoff touchdowns, we don't, we have Jeromepkr doing those, which he was okay. We let a couple of returns just on purpose. Hecker punting, we sold a little bit this season, but punting, we really didn't have to do too much. Gary Jennings was decent on the return game, and he did have a punt return touchdown, which, of course, we know of as of recently. Now, taking a look at the league stats, the most yards obviously goes to Rodgers, who was traded about maybe a fourth of the way through the season to the Falcons. 52 touchdowns, 25 picks. Even better than that, because once he started on the Falcons, he was off to the races. I think maybe a third of the picks were actual Falcon interceptions. Of course, pass completion percentage is down a little bit, but absolute slinger. Did well. Touchdowns. Goff was the third highest touchdowns, as Lawrence was in the second rank. Watson at 4, Mahomes at 5. Really good pick numbers there. That's what pretty much everyone looks like. The lowest amount of yards for a starter appears to be somewhere around here. I mean, I can't really tell because there could be backup numbers, but this seems to be like the last starter, right? Demetrius Davis, which is, it wasn't super great. The most picks thrown was 52 by Russell, 48 by Josh Allen. Hey, that's like real-life Josh Allen before he became good for whatever reason. Ooh. Okay, shady. Interesting stuff. The best completion percentage of the league goes to Adrian Martinez of the Jaguars. Jordan Love, very close behind. Kyle Trask, where were we? Well, we were up there. Yeah, we kind of up there. Passer rating, Hurts at 1, Mahomes at 2, Rodgers at 3, Goff at 4, Martinez at 5. As far as rushing goes, some really high numbers. Normally, Akers was kind of on the top tier of the list, like top 5 usually, maybe even top 3. Not this year. Definitely falling off the list a bit there. 1,000 barely for Dobbins, barely for Emery, barely for Akers, barely for Hubbard. A couple of these other guys kind of close as well to barely making it. Anthony McFarland has been consistently the best running back in the league. Although technically you can maybe make the argument that Barkley was better, but that's up to you. I don't really care enough. Marlon Mack had a decent season for the Cardinals. Jonathan Taylor, a lot of touchdowns. Yards are down a little bit. Decent stuff there. The best yards per carry, I believe, was Saquon of the legitimate ones. Of course, quarterbacks, kind of. Saquon, McFarland, and, whatnot. As far as receiving goes, lots of high numbers for receiving this year. Julio Jones with 1675 with 19 touchdowns. You're going to see a lot of Falcons awards as Lance was able to go 16-0. Stephon Diggs, 1636 with 11 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill, 1,500. So a lot of guys over 1,000 yards you can see here. A lot of them. A lot of them. Was that 2? No, it's just orange teams similar. Any close? So Deontay Johnson. That one kind of sucks. What dev is he? Star. Chris Matthews. Interesting. Ooh, he's fast. Okay, we got to be on the carefulness of him. Some guys that are pretty close. Rondale Moore would have been nice for season for him. Travis Kelce, doesn't really matter too much. He's already X Factor. Nico Collins. As far as touchdowns go, Julio, Howard at 2, Ruggs, a couple of guys in there. Interesting stuff. Average yards per reception. Julio had almost 30. Jonnu Smith, almost 30. A.J. Brown, 27. Johnny Johnson, 27. Debo, 27. Schwartz at 26. Howard was very high. As far as tight ends go, he was the second place guy. He was very high up there. Yards after the catch, Johnny Johnson killed it. So did Tyreek. No shocker there. Breida, every single pass was okay. So all of those were at the line of scrimmage, huh? Interesting stat. Maybe we have to start looking at that in the future. Longest of the season, Juju for 99. Interesting stuff there. That's pretty much that, though. Sack totals, the most legit, assuming this guy actually... No, he didn't start all the way. Any of these guys start the whole season. Obviously, guards are a little easier to judge. It's got to be a best alignment in here, right? No? Like, a lot of these guys are like half-seasoners. Like, Jordan Mailata for the Falcons, I guess, is the most legit one. Most sacks allowed, Isaiah Wynn with 18. That's almost the amount we allowed on the entire season. As far as defense, a bunch of tacklers over 100. Maybe not a bunch, but a decent bit over 100. As far as sacks go, of course, this isn't going to be 100% accurate. There could be some guys that are like 18 or 19 or 17 or 16, because when I checked this board a couple weeks back, Donald wasn't on it, so I'm imagining that happens for other teams, unless it only happens at yours, which I don't think is true. I'd say there's probably more in here, but this is just the way it is. What else do we have? So decent numbers. Interceptions 17 for Lance's user linebacker. Kevin Byard 13, Jamal Adams with 13, Malachi Moore with 12. Bunch of guys in the double digits. Of course, it's a user league. Our sliders are pretty rough. These things happen. Most yards returning is Malachi Moore. Holcomb ended up with 10. I can't remember how many were on our team. Probably not a lot. What else do we have? So, deflections, catches allowed aren't really a good number because, it's just so random. As far as deflections go, John Johnson, I like to see it. I like to see him succeed. Is he a dev up person? Still star. How good is he now? Of course, I still love the trade because Linder is obviously a huge part of this team. Forced fumbles, 5 from Kenneth Murray. No crazy numbers. 5 is a lot, but it's not that much. Block kicks, not a whole lot of block kicks, which you would expect. Safety, a couple of safeties, nothing big. Touchdowns, Malachi Moore. Rookie of the year? Can't be, actually, because of Lance's linebacker, but a really good season. Almost done, though, as we go to the kickers. 100% kicking for Lambo, which, I don't know about the length, but I'm just going to go out on a limb and say he probably deserves kicker of the year for the AFC side, and then Will Lutz probably on the NFC side. The longest kick of the season was 60 for old Mick Anus himself. Block kicks, 3 of them. Surprised there wasn't more. The highest percentage extra point kicker does go to Mr. Boswell. Young-Ho Koo, very close, though. Tucker, not bad. We just missed those 2 really long kick attempts. We would have had the longest locked up if we would have hit it. As far as yards per punt goes, Brett Maher converted back to punter. Chris Jones, really good season as well. The most yards, 2,400. The least amount of yards was a kicker. Pretty sure we don't allow that, but okay, Durant, do what you want. To be fair, that looks like it might have been an accident. See, like he has 2 of them there. No one cares about this stuff, right? The longest punter, that's actually kind of cool. 74 yard is the longest punt. Kick return, yardage, and touchdowns. 1,600 for Deontay Harris. No touchdowns, though. Only 2 kick return touchdowns in the entire year. That's nuts. Deontay Harris was the best return man, kind of, though. Clay and Hines were very good, too. They just have less on their plate. Kick return, punt return yardage, we have the second highest, and we were one of 2 punt return touchdowns, so not bad at all. Diggs, though. Wasting Diggs could kill him. I don't know. As far as the awards go, it's about last week stuff. Julio Jones and Sidney Jones. What about the yearly award? So MVP goes to Rodgers. Hurts at 2. Goff at 3. Okay, I will take that for sure. Mahomes at 4. Deshaun at 5. You can see the rest. You can read. Probably. I don't want to assume things. We were 6 on Coach of the Year. Let's go to the AFC side first. Hurts at number 1. Mahomes at 2. McFarland, I'd like to see a non-quarterback up there. As you can see, a lot of the players are quarterbacks. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Byard. So Titans get Offensive and Defensive Player of the Year award. Wins. Rookie of the Year, Jaleel Billingsley, who is a tight end, I believe. Nice. Like to see, the tight ends get a little bit of love. Andrew Culliver, I'm going to guess a DB. I don't know. I really could not tell you. Quarterback of the Year, Mahomes, Martinez, and Watson at 2 and 3. Hurts all the way at 4, so it must have been a lot of rushing in there. McFarland at number 1 for running back. Some interesting names there. Colts spreading the ball around nicely on the ground. Henry Ruggs at the number 1 list, taking over Tyreek Hill's, actual title of burner, basically. Quentin Nelson with the Offensive Lineman of the Year award on that side. Lots of really good linemen to choose from. Very tough for the judges. D-Lineman of the Year, Carl Lawson. Joey Bosa behind closely. Colby Wooden, who looks to be a youngster. Not bad. As far as linebacker goes, Javen White, a guy that we passed up in the FA draft. Really regretting that now because he has been killing it. DB of the Year, Minka Fitzpatrick. And then Kicker of the Year, we should see Josh Lambo. We do. Now we move on to the NFC side. Rodgers at number 1 for Offensive Player of the Year. Goff at 2. Nice. Cam Akers at 4. Okay, I mean, I'm liking some of these. Surprised we didn't see Howard, honestly, but we didn't. Defensive Player of the Year, a couple of youngsters on there, some rookies. Cole Holcomb at 5. Obviously, he's not ours anymore, but still, bring him up. Jalen Ramsey, I wonder how high he'll be on DB of the Year, because honestly, I don't expect us to win any of these awards. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Bowman at number 4. Not bad. Not a bad performance by him. Goff at number 2 for quarterback. Running back, Akers all the way at 2. I like to see a Pro Bowl from him. Down year, still Pro Bowl worthy. Cup at 5. And that's pretty much that. O-line, number 2, number 4, and number 10. That's how you know you're building a good O-line. That's what you like to see. We had the most guys represent the list. We just didn't win it because of overall. D-line, Donald at 2. He's been kind of exclusively winning the award, so unfortunate to lose it, but whatever. Linebackers, maybe Bowman. Yeah, Bowman at 8. And then DB, Ramsey at 5. Niners got a couple of guys in there. Some safeties in the list, or on the list, I suppose. And then kickers, where were we? Number 8. That's kind of harsh. And then Will Lutz, as you would expect, wins Best Kicker of the Year. So now we move on to any potential upgrades we have. And then next week, we will play our playoff game. So as far as these upgrades go, we'll upgrade the lineman here as well. You guys won't see it, but we'll upgrade the lineman. Bowman, we don't always use him, and wow, he is really fast. We don't always use him, so it's tough. Nah, we're going run stopper. I'm just going to hope that he never gets burned in coverage, which he will. Block shed, I mean, that's just rough, but what can you do? Out of my way, and then 85, he gets his next upgrade. Jared Goff, man, I don't like this upgrade. D-backers, he is his worst technically, but I feel like under pressure stuff is what we should worry about. I don't want to lose scheme fit, but I want to keep his, I can't do improviser. We're going to go field general. We lose our thing, but we do go up in overall. And I will take that. A very balanced upgrade. We get 1 to every accuracy and a throw under pressure. So now his medium and short without a morale boost is 90 on the dot, 87 for deep, and then 88 for under pressure. That is a very good upgrade. I am totally cool with that. And then for the final upgrade that actually matters, Samson Ebukam. I want to stop the run. We're going to start stopping the run. 89 overall now with a run stopper upgrade. XP is a little bit rough for him to level up with, though. Only 1 block shed, 2 to tackling, so pretty decent upgrade there, I guess. And as for these guys, we're pretty much going to just auto-upgrade them. But that is pretty much going to be the stats and awards. Let me know what you guys thought, and let me know if you guys think we're going to win this game and move on to the divisional round. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new, follow me on Twitter at Jeromepkr, second channel PK Plays, and then twitch.tv/Jeromepkr, where we pretty much have the potential to stream any Madden thing except for this league. Of course, we are a little bit behind, ain't gonna lie. Regardless, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you come back for the next video. But until next video, see ya!